The Boy Who Dreamed of the Stars. There was once a boy named Arjun who lived in a small village at the foot of a mountain. The village was simple, with narrow dirt roads, small mud houses, and an endless view of the night sky. Arjun loved looking at the stars. Every night he'd sit outside his house, gazing up at them, imagining a life far beyond his village. One evening he told his mother, "One day, I want to build something that will take me to the stars." His mother smiled but said, "That's a big dream, Arjun." But big dreams start with small steps. At the time, Arjun didn't fully understand what she meant. How could someone like him, a poor boy from a small village, ever achieve something so big? The first step. Arjun's village didn't have a proper school, but he was eager to learn. One day, a traveling teacher came to the village with an old telescope. When Arjun looked through it and saw the craters on the moon, he was amazed. He asked the teacher, "How can I build something to go there?" The teacher laughed, but saw the boy's determination. "Start by understanding what you see," he said, leaving the telescope behind for the village children to use. Arjun spent hours looking through that telescope. He began drawing what he saw and reading whatever books he could find. The villagers often teased him, saying, "Why waste time staring at the sky when your feet are on the ground?" But Arjun remembered his mother's words. Big dreams start with small steps. Years passed, and Arjun worked hard. He saved every coin he earned by helping farmers, buying second-hand books on science and engineering. But the biggest challenge came when he finished school. His family couldn't afford to send him to college. Arjun could have given up, but he didn't. He decided to teach himself. He wrote letters to scientists and engineers across the country, asking for guidance. Many didn't respond, but one scientist, Dr. Menon, replied. Dr. Menon told him, "If you want to build rockets, start by understanding how they work. Build small models first." Arjun followed this advice. Using scrap materials, he built small rockets that could fly a few feet into the air. The villagers, who once mocked him, now watched in awe as his creations soared. One day, a journalist visiting the village saw one of Arjun's rockets. Impressed by his dedication, she wrote an article about him titled, "The Boy Who Dreams of the Stars." That article changed everything. A local university offered Arjun a scholarship. For the first time, he left his village and entered a world of labs, books, and advanced learning. It wasn't easy. He struggled to keep up with the other students who had better resources and education. But every time he felt overwhelmed, he remembered his mother's words. He started small, mastering one subject at a time, asking questions, and learning from his mistakes. Achieving the dream years later, Arjun became a scientist at the country's space agency. When the agency announced its plan to launch its first manned mission to space, Arjun was chosen to lead the project. On the day of the launch, Arjun stood on the platform, looking at the rocket he had helped build. As the countdown began, he thought of his journey, from a boy staring at the stars with a simple telescope to a scientist sending a rocket toward them. As the rocket soared into the sky, the world cheered. But for Arjun, it wasn't just a moment of achievement. It was proof that even the biggest dreams could be achieved by starting small and never giving up. Moral of the story: dreaming big can feel overwhelming, especially when you're starting with nothing. But every journey begins with a single step. Whether it's learning something new, building something small, or simply refusing to give up, remember, big dreams are built one small step at a time.